Turn around, let's see how they're looking back.
Pet milk. Kellogg cereal. And the United States Army Reserve.
Fine, fine. All right, boys, bring on those flats.
Present the All-Star Summer Revue.
Let's just hold everything, please. What do you call this? Why is my name larger than the rest of the cast? I want my name in the same size print as everybody.
Savo number next. Jimmy Savo.
I just saw him a couple of minutes ago, Bill, sitting on a bench over in the park.
In the park? What's he doing in the park?
To make a confession. I went off the deep end very early in life. But you mustn't blame me. I didn't have it easy. My father only worked by fits and starts, and every time he started, he threw a fit. But my mother, of course, was different. But the poor soul suffered from the whim-whams. Whenever she gets a whim, she whangs me. And they never taught me much. They let me use my own head. As a matter of fact, I was 7 years old before I found out that the stork was really Santa Claus. Maybe I could have been saved, who knows? Many a man's been saved by love. But for me, love also laid a big egg. Can I ever forget her? Bridget. Dear, lovely Bridget. She was a girl so high, the boys all call her Bridget the Fidget Midget. But I gave her my heart and soul and 2 dead frogs and a half a yard of copper wire. I remember it all now, sitting and watching her blow her bubble gum in the hygiene class and thinking to myself, I'd never seen a prettier girl if I lived to be 11. But Cupid wasn't my friend either. It happened one afternoon while we were sitting and watching the sunset over the city dump. She told me the awful truth. She didn't love me. She wanted somebody that would make her really feel, set her afire, make her want to dance. Not a boy at all, you see, a hotfoot. When she told me, I began to think of death and suicide. I even started peeking at the answers in back of the arithmetic book. What difference did anything make now? Then one day, I happened to pass Felice's candy shop. I told myself I only wanted a little companionship. I thought I'd say hello to the fellas and then go on my way. But entering Saleski was the beginning of the end. The boys urged me to just have one, but I waved them away. And then all of a sudden, I remember the cold stare in Bridget's eyes, and my heart turned over. Before I knew what I was doing, I walked up to the counter and said the words that began my doom. Make mine a Milky Way. And so it commenced. I don't know what the appeal of stuff had for me. All I know, I went from bad to worse. At first I went easy, controlling myself, afraid of what I was doing. Just occasional marshmallow or a gumdrop or two before dinner. But soon caution disappeared. I started going in for the stronger stuff. Jelly beans, apple on the stick, until I found myself standing up with the worst of them. Apple on the stick was kid stuff. Marshmallows didn't give me a lift. Now it was jawbreakers and licorice sticks, and then finally chocolate bars with the nuts inside. I knew I was done for. In the mornings, I'd wake up after a 2-day peppermint binge to find my hands a pasty white, and I knew what it was, powdered sugar. And then after weeks and weeks of torture, I began to straighten out. No more Milky Way, no more jawbreakers. I found a way to fight and win. No, I found a happy scheme. No more of this candy kid stuff. I had switched to sour cream. I hope she shows up. And after so many years, I have another date again with dear little Bridget. Dear lovely Bridget, you're the only girl I ever loved. You know what? If they made me a king, I'd be but a slave to you. If I had everything, I'd still be a slave to you. If I ruled the night, stars and moon so bright, still I turn the light to you. If I were a king, what wonderful things I would do. I'd make you an ermine robe out of the snowflakes, a diamond necklace out of the raindrops, a string of pearls out of the dewdrops. And there you sit beside me on my throne, soaking wet. We dine together in our stately palace, where dukes and counts and princes wait on us. You'd lean towards me, and me being a king, I deny you nothing. I turn to my prime minister, raise my scepter, and say, give her another meatball. If I rule the earth, what would life be worth? If I hadn't the right to you, just call me Choo-Choo. If
else. Montague! See you some other time.
I like, come in. Hey, go! Okay. There they are.
Especially that old black magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that you weave so well. Those icy fingers up and down my spine. The same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. The same old tingle and the feel inside. And then that elevator starts its ride, and down I go, round and round I go, like a leaf that's caught in the tide. I should stay away. But what can I do? I hear her name, and I'm aflame with such a burning desire that only your kiss can put out the fire. You're the lover I've been waiting for, the mate that fate had decreed. And every time your lips touch mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin. In a spin I live, under that old black magic. Professor, a little waltz, please. I am now going to do a magic trick a Hindu showed me, but I must need your help. In order to do this trick, when I say Allah, you must answer me back by saying Allah, and then the trick will work. Just let's rehearse just once. Allah! Let's try it again. Allah! It's wonderful. Professor, a little Hindu music, please. Trick 600 or 700 times. And if I do it tonight, it's the first time. have to be a Hindu to do this thing. Be my love, for no one else can end this journey, this need that you and you alone create. Just fill my arms the way you fill my dreams, the dreams that you inspire with every sweet desire. Do you remember when we first met? I was only 3 days old, and my mother got me my bottle full of pet milk and said, "Goo-goo." Then I looked up at her with my baby blue eyes and said, "Pet milk is wonderful, and it's excellent for babies because it is always easy to digest and procures a certain amount of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin." Then came school days. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and within 3 short years, back to kindergarten. I loved kindergarten. Always got A in making sand piles and A in keeping my shirt tucked in. And playing with alphabet blocks while the other kids spelled out dog and cat. I'd steal all the other kids' block and spell out half and half with water. Pet milk will take the place of any ordinary bottled milk. Wasn't I adorable? Yes, while the other children were wasting time playing with toys. Many a happy days I spent mixing you half and half with water, and hand in hand we'll find love's promised land. There'll be no one but you for me eternally, if you will be my love.
That's about it, folks. We hope you had had some fun. Good night, good luck, and God bless you all. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Good night.
Pet milk.
Good night.
Kellogg's cereal. And the United States Army Reserve have brought you the All-Star Summer Review. Next week, the All-Star Summer Review presents Roger Price, Ben Blue, the Beverly Sisters, Wild Bill Davis, and Sinclair and Spaulding.